Hey, what's up guys? It's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back again with a 2.9 ELIXIR Giant Miner deck. This is one of the fastest cycle giant decks that I've ever played, and it is unbelievably fun to play. For Poison, Fireball, and Zap Bait, you have the Night Witch, you have the Magic Archer, and you have the Bats. If your opponent has Barb Barrel for the Magic Archer, you can just go in for Skeleton Surround and make sure they can't touch the Magic Archer. Also, if they have Fireball for the Magic Archer, they're gonna have no answer to the Night Witch, and it's so fun to play Giant Night Witch with Miner when they have no poison. The Bats just overwhelm all of your opponent's units, and they can't stop the push at all. There's a ton of Mortar Bait and Log Bait decks on ladder, so if you guys ever play this deck on ladder, you just destroy them since you have Log and Zap in the deck. And you also have Miner for the Princess. So let's go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance with one of the new best giant decks in Clash Royale. And before we get into the games today, make sure to use code SirTag in the shop. It supports me and I get a percentage of all money spent in the shop, and I appreciate it a lot. I'm gonna go Skeletons in the back as our starting play just because there's very little ramifications that you can ever face by cycling your Skeletons, especially when we have great answers to other bridge spam with our Night Witch. Then we cycle our Miner right on top of the tower in the safe spot simply because we're super scared of people today running Ice Wizard Tornado. So many people run it and we don't want to lose to that. Also, after we see what looks like a Golem deck, we really don't want to lose this game. So we're waiting before we make big plays. I'm going to go in for a Magic Archer just because I want it to go on the right hand side and I don't want my tower to take any damage here. Magic Archer survives with a little bit of HP, and that's going to be enough to go and kill this Night Witch. So I don't really have to worry about anything. There's no counter push potential for him at all. And I could actually, in fact, go and drop Skeletons to keep our Magic Archer alive and then go for a Miner, and the Skellies will tank, and they're going to bait out a Barb Barrel. So this is going to be probably a Golem deck. I would expect it to be, right? After we see all of these cards, Barb Barrel, Baby Dragon, Mega Minion. I mean, it could maybe, possibly be a weird Royal Giant deck, but I'm thinking it's going to be Golem. For that reason, we want to save our Giant right now, because if he Golems in the back, we Giant at the river. Otherwise, we're just chilling. We relax a little bit. I was hoping he would do that. He didn't fall for our trap card, guys. Go for a Giant here still, just because we want to keep our Night Witch alive. Then we can go in for a Magic Archer, get that chip damage on the tower. That perfect geometry, boys. You love to see it. Then we go for Skeletons here, not inside of the Barb Barrel. Hopefully the Barb Barrel goes back on that. Oh my gosh, we keep the Magic Archer alive again, and the Bats are tanking for the Magic Archer. Oh baby, he is alive and thriving. That is going to be so much damage on the tower. That is delectable. Holy crap, dude. I don't even have to zap there because he's not able to do anything with that. So usually this is going to be a pretty tough matchup, but we have a really good start right now, and I'm very happy with this situation. That activation of Magic Archer on the tower was just prime time, my man. So I think what we have to do is use the Magic Archer again to snipe his Night Witch. I don't think that there's really any other way of me defending this. So hopefully that doesn't target the Golem. It does target the Golem though, and he's going to lightning it anyway. Alright. So that went pretty okay. I think we can just go and cycle another sequence of Bats and then Night Witch. And then I think the Golem explodes and kills everything, but we Giant here and then maybe log everything back. Get another Magic Archer on the field. We could be okay. All those Bats are doing so much damage, man. Should be able to cycle back to either another Miner or something here. Yeah, he used Tornado pretty early, so we can get back to Bats. Zap on offense here, on top of his Bats, on top of all of his stuff, if he wants to make some big plays. I think the Magic Archer is going to die, unfortunately, but we know he doesn't have too much here. I want to wait and see if he goes in for like a Lumberjack, so then we can go and kite everything with this Giant. That was extremely important to do, by the way, because now he's going to spam us, but then we have quite nice answers. We can just go in for a Zapperino on top of his Barbarian Barrel, and then we can cycle a lot on him. Just because our cycle is really quick, I think we can win this game if we continue to play this well. So I'm going to go in for the Miner now, and we have Zap plus Log, and notice my Miner placement inside corner. Okay, Zap, Log, another Miner, or a Magic Archer connection would be enough. So Magic Archer, please just go and target the right thing. Please hit it. Okay, awesome stuff. We just outplayed him so hard in that game. That is not an easy matchup, and the Magic Archer secured the W. I'm going to sauce out a good luck here. We're going to see what's up. This guy goes in for a Battle Ram, so he might Pekka in front of it or something crazy. I've seen so many things in my time in Clash Royale. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. I knew it. I felt it coming in the air tonight, boys. We want to go in for Skeletons because he already uses Zap. We can go and log this all back, and I don't even think it gets a connection. It's all shut down. Easy. Sayonara, sir. Your Pekka was devoured. We go for a Miner. We're going to get an Electro Wizard right on top because we just used a Zap. Oh, how do we know, guys? These people, I know their plays, all their cheat codes. We can go in for a Night Witch because it's going to survive, and it will give us more counter push than the Bats because we don't have Miner with it. So he's most certainly going to go either for a Royal Ghost, Magic Archer, or Bandit. And he goes in for the Magic Archer. Okay. So I didn't know which one he was going to do there because there's just too many choices. You never know when they have every assortment of the ice cream that they could pick from. So at this point, I actually just want to eat it and then go in for a Giant and Bats. We know he's probably going to Pekka this, and we could get even more chip damage with the Magic Archer. Whoa, okay, well that's interesting, my man. We're going to get so much damage on you by just going in for a log here and getting that Giant on the tower because you decided to go for a Barbarian, not Barbarian push. You went in for a Battle Ram on the right-hand side. So a lot of times, one of my favorite plays in this game was forcing him to poison when he didn't have Zap and Cycle. So then he had to cycle a lot. And then he's like, you know what? I know that I'm going to take so much damage. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go and try to play aggressive and get something out of it because then I can zap the skeletons because I finally have it back in cycle. And it was just over then. Our deck cycles faster, so we're always able to outcycle the Pekka. We're always able to outcycle the Zap if he zaps the Bats or zaps the Night Witch Bats. And if he drops a Pekka down the middle, well, guess what? We can just go in for a Magic Archer, kill it. If he decided to Pekka in the opposite lane at whatever random time, we just use Skeletons, we use Magic Archer, we have Bats, we have too many ways of kiting him. Heck, we could even cycle back to another Giant and kite the Pekka to the opposite lane. There are so many easy ways of playing this matchup, and despite him having a Pekka into a Giant deck, I still think that this matchup is incredibly favoring me. So I'm going to go in for a log here. We're just going to knock everything back. He's going to go Pekka. It doesn't matter as long as the Magic Archer dies, which we can kill with just a Zap. And then he's going to go for an Electro, which we can just deal with our Giant. Have another Night Witch. He's going to probably poison this, but it's not going to matter. I could minor that if I really wanted to. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. So then I can log the Magic Archer and log the Electro to kill everything a little bit quicker and have a tank for the Night Witch Bats. Man, this guy's just getting stomped on. This is not even close, dude. So a lot of people just think that this matchup is difficult. I have never really felt that way. So we can just zap this, log it all back, make sure that he doesn't get any damage whatsoever, really, because he doesn't have Zap and Cycle, so then he's targeting the wrong stuff, and he's not able to take the tower. So yeah, GG, well played, peace out, Girl Scout, good luck in the rest of your grand challenge. Ridiculously easy matchup if you play this deck correctly. Just outcycle their Pekka, win the game easily. Man, I love this deck. It's just so fun to play, and it's so satisfying to just outcycle your opponent and give them no counterplay. This guy was so incredibly desperate when he didn't have Zap and Cycle, when he didn't have Pekka and Cycle. He didn't know what to do, man. Let's go Skelly's in the back, see what's up, see what's happening. This dude is not dropping anything, so we can just go for a Mire to open up this game. And what are you going to have for us, buddy? You're going to have a Valkyrie, so we already know that it's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be a control deck, or it's going to be a Wallbreaker spam deck. So we'll have to wait and see what it's going to be. Are you running like Expo, or are you running Graveyard, or are you going to be running a very offensive Wallbreaker spammy deck? We'll have to wait, bro. So we can probably just go for a Magic Archer here. So he's got Bomb Tower, so we already have our answer, guys. This is going to be a Wallbreakers deck. We get a lot of chip damage with 2 Magic Archer hits, piercing through the tower, getting a poison from our opponent. You know the best thing about this deck? A lot of times your opponent will be so incredibly captivated on top of your spam with your Giant that you can just minor chip them out the entire game progressively. And that's what we're going to do in this matchup most likely. Just because it's very hard for me to break through him. And also, since we have double small spells, I think we're in a really good spot against... Oh, wow, I was wrong. Alright, well, he's going to graveyard me, but we have bats, so we're still hard chilling, but... He is a pretty feisty fellow. We're going to go for a log so then the skeletons don't swarm us too hard. As you guys saw, there were a lot of skellies. They were kind of scary. They were picking on me. They were bullying me. Both the bats should die, and then the miner should tank for the Night Witch. So he's going to have to drop even more. Then the Night Witch bats spawn, and then we get on top of the Baby Dragon because the Baby Dragon targets the miner. And then he takes a ton of damage and loses the Baby Dragon. So for 3 Elixir, not only do we get value from the Night Witch, but we bait out a 4 Elixir cost card, and we kill it without any damage on our tower. So that's the definition of a positive Elixir trade, my dudes. So at this point, we just go in for Giants at the river instead of dropping them in the back because he's able to just defend very easily with Bomb Tower Ice Wizard. So I don't want him to get a huge Elixir advantage on us. So I'm making him drop Ice Wizard, I'm making him drop Bomb Tower, and Bar Barrel. You know how much Elixir that is? That's way too much, man. That's 9 Elixir for him. We know for a fact that the Ice Wizard is going to walk into submission there, and we're going to take so much damage on that tower. Oh, baby. Magic Archer busted. Please nerf, sir. And we can log this, drop Miner on defense because it's not going to be poisonable. And then, in fact, we can also go in for a zap when a whole bunch of skeletons accumulate just to knock them out of this way. Hey, buddy. So what do? You're going to face another Giant Bats push, and then you're going to go Barbarial, and you don't have that in cycle for the Magic Archer. Feels good, man. We know Ice Wizard's probably going to come down, so we go in for Magic Archer here. Then we Miner right on top of the Ice Wizard in the prime placement. In fact, I could zap this just to kill it a little bit quicker. And then the Magic Archer should stop targeting that. Go on top of the tower, please. Thank you. And we can log back that Barbarian Barrel so we get even more chip damage. I'm going to go in for a Bats here just because I think he's going to Graveyard and I don't want him to have a tank for his Graveyard. So then we can go in for a Miner on offense because he's probably going to force to be poisoning this. And then if he forces the poison, then he's not able to do anything. Like the Baby Dragon locks on top of the Giant. And then he is a very, very sad Panda. So all we have to do is go in for a Magic Archer because he's forced to defend this. We hit the Ice Wizard, the game's over. Peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you. This is a very fun matchup to play very well. If it's not played well at the start, it spirals out of control and you lose. But as you guys saw, I played it super aggressive. I dropped my Giants at the river, and I didn't give him the advantage of defending everything when we're around even Elixir at 10, because we already know how that turns out. He drops an Ice Wizard, he drops Baby Dragon, he drops Bomb Tower. He gets more counter push, forcing him into a really bad card cycle where he doesn't have Barb Barrel for a Magic Archer, forcing him into a Ice Wizard on defense, which we can then hit with a Magic Archer and then just do an incredible amount of damage to his tower. When I go for Skellies in the back, we're going to see what's up, we're going to see what's good. Cycle in Skeletons, this man's not responding. Okay, so he's going to go in for a Goblin Cage. Definitely expect him to have a Tornado Ice Wizard deck now. So those are going to be difficult to play against if he's going to have Golem, so hopefully we can beat Golem. If it is it, it's one of the hardest matchups possible if he's going to have Ice Wizard Tornado with a Goblin Cage. In any event, we're going to go and cycle our Night Witch here. And I could just get away with Skeletons on top of the Goblin Brawler here, so that's what I'm going to work for. I'm going to go for Skellies now, and maybe I can get a Magic Archer on top. Okay, this is looking like Elixir Golem more so than a regular Golem deck because we see Electro Dragon and we see Magic Archer. It could still very well be a regular Golem deck, but it's not what I'm anticipating here. Just want to go for Magic Archer to get some chip. And I could just chill. I think that we're fine. I'm going to eat some damage here, and then I'm going to go in for Bats plus Miner on the right because he cycled Magic Archer, he cycled Poison. He's going to have Tornado, but then he would take a whole bunch of damage if he activated King Tower, so that'd be really bad for him. So he elects to Tornado everything backward instead, which is objectively the right play. And we are in a tricky situation just because he's got Tornado with Electro Dragon, and I don't have a spell to kill Electro Dragon. So I don't know how I'm really going to break through that. A defensive structure and then also Electro Dragon and NATO. It's way worse than Ice Wizard because we can Miner on top of the Ice Wizard, right? So maybe we Magic Archer here. Just try to get some chip damage when we can. He did just use Tornado earlier on top of the bat, so he's not going to have it in cycle now. So we can zap right on top to kill the Electro Dragon quicker. Maybe keep our Magic Archer alive. And then we can go in for a Miner right on top of his Magic Archer, hopefully. Hopefully if we keep our Magic Archer alive for a little bit longer, we're fine. Okay, so the tower didn't target the Miner earlier. That's unfortunate. We could take a little bit of damage here. I definitely just want to log this all back and see what he does. Make sure that the Ram Rider only gets one charge on us, and that's it. I don't think he gets a second hit after that because we dropped the bats. But that was obviously a lot of damage. Okay, so I need to go for Night Witch in the back again. Interesting that he's got Ram Rider with this. It's just a very funky deck. It's super defensive, super ultra defensive. He might have Mega Knight, to be honest. Ooh, he can Mega Knight all this. Poison's not going to kill, so I don't know why you would do that. I was kind of hoping you would, to be honest. So, Poison, Tornado, everything you could ever ask for gets dropped down there. We're dropping our Skeletons right at the brink of destruction, right when they might have gotten obliterated by the Poison, but we timed it really well, so fortunately for us, it didn't happen. We're going to go for a Giant, we're going to zap, so then that doesn't get a hefty charge, it only gets one hit. Then we can go for Magic Archer, and then we can probably get a Spicy Miner on top of the tower here. So this Miner is going to get all the damage that we need, I think. I'm going to log as well just for some more chip, and I think we can cycle him here. Maybe I'm wrong. If I cycle a Zap, I think that's going to be one extra hit, and we win the game. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Man, that was a fat hard counter that we were able to win against. That's crazy. We played against this guy before, right? We had to have. I remember. Oh my gosh, okay. Did he run this before? I think he switched. We may have got him to switch. He's going balls to the walls with aggression, dropping Ram Rider and Lumberjack at the river. He has learned from Night Owl, man. He went to the school of the Night Owl. We're going to go in for... I think just Miner with the Night Witch is okay. I think we're doing really good now. The Night Witch will get some damage on the tower because it's not going to be able to get the Magic Archer on anything but the bats. I think the best play is to just go in for Giant here and then go in for bats off to the side. Please, Giant, don't be stupid and go into alignment with the tower. Of course you would. Feels bad, man. Okay. What do we do? What do we want to do? I think our best bet against him is just to go for the log plus going for the Night Witch every time he goes in for a Ram Rider. So we log it back and we hit the tower. And then we stop the Ram Rider from getting any damage on us. Then we go in for a Miner. He's going to go in for a Magic Archer here. It's going to go target the Miner instead. Because it focuses on a Bat. Then the Night Witch plus the Bats are going to be able to kill it. And then he can't respond to the Night Witch. Because then if he does, it's just going to be too much Elixir. And we're in a really good spot now. Because the Electro Wizard can't drop anything in front of it to support it. Dude, this guy must be really pissed to play me like twice. He's played me so often. I think he completely switched his deck. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I just didn't remember a Ram Rider Lumberjack coming at me at the start of the game. So I think our best bet here is just go Giant opposite, so then we can go and kite that. And he's maybe going to Pekka here. I kind of expect a Pekka. We'll see. Yep, there's the Pekka. So I am faced with a couple situations. Do I want to do anything, or do I want to chill? I could go in for a Miner, so then the Bats stay alive a little bit longer, and I think that's the best play now. So then the Bats don't die to the tower. So then the Pekka just straight up dies, and he has to drop something on top of the Miner, like Lumberjack. So we know that he's going to go in for a Ram Rider with us for sure. So let's go for Bats. Try to kill it before. Then we go for a Log, and then we probably have to Zap here as well, if I had to be honest, guys. I think that's the play. Then we Giant in front, so the Bats still have something. So then he's forced to go for an Electro, or maybe even a Magic Archer. And then the Giant should take the tower, because he doesn't have Elixir for the Pekka, because he had to deal with the Bats. So you have to deal with the Bats. If you don't deal with the Bats, then you lose the game. So the biggest thing that I have to worry about is this huge counter push that's coming at me. This is going to be crazy, man. We did kill the Magic Archer, though. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We are thriving now. I was a little bit shook. I was like, dude, are we going to lose this game? But heck no, man. We destroy Pekka. Pekka is super easy if you play it correctly, even when they have Fireball for the Magic Archer. Like, what are you doing, dude? Why do you have Fireball? Why do you have Lumberjack? With Pekka, you have so many answers to our Giant, but it still didn't even matter. And Magic Archer, Electro Wizard, Zap for our Bats. We're going to go for Skelly's in the back. We're going to see what's up. So we see Princess. This is probably going to be a phenomenal matchup for us. Thankfully, we finally get a good matchup here. This man is going to be running a Log Bait deck, I presume, and we are going to be thriving, my man. So we can go in for a Magic Archer. Go cripple that Princess. No! We're just hitting the tower. Okay. Well, I lied to you guys. I'm just a fat liar here. We have to go for a Log and then probably Zap this. The Valkyrie's going to die. But still, guys, this is such a good matchup. These are the decks that you want to snipe. So even if I'm down a little bit, and I was so ready for the Magic Archer to get that double whammy, hitting the tower and the Princess at the same time. We did get a lot of tower damage, but it wasn't what I really wanted. I am still pretty happy with this, though, because, you know, I can just double spell him out. I have Miner for the Princess. I have Log. I have Zap. I have a quick cycle. So he can never really win this. There's nothing he can really do. He might go in for like an Inferno Tower here. He might have just given up. Dude, he just gave up. He literally just gave up. He did not want to play this matchup. That's how bad this matchup is. When a Log Bait player plays you, they're like, this couldn't be me, man. I don't want to play this. I'm out of here. Get me out of this game. Double tap, swipe up, sayonara, sir. And that's what happened. He knew what our deck was. He left the game because he didn't want to play the matchup.